3 steps. That's all he asked for. Not an army, not a throne, not even a handful of gold. Just 3 steps of land, measured by his own feet. King Bali stared down at the boy in front of him and felt the strange itch of being challenged by something small. Vamana looked almost fragile. A young Brahmin, humble eyes, a begging bowl, a presence so calm it made the crowded court feel noisy. Behind Bali, banners snapped in victory wind. The king had conquered worlds and earned a reputation that sat on his shoulders like a crown made of thunder. And yet, he was also a man who cared about being remembered as generous. Setup. Bali's stakes weren't only power, they were legacy. He wanted to be loved, praised, unquestioned. Shukra, his guru, leaned close, voice sharp with warning. This is not an ordinary child. Don't promise. Don't sign your fate with pride. But pride is an expensive habit. It always makes you pay later. Bali smiled, loud enough for the whole assembly. 3 steps? Granted. Aditi, mother of the Devas, watched with a quiet ache. Her sons had been broken by Bali's rise. Somewhere behind Vamana's stillness was a mother's prayer finally becoming an answer. Escalation. The ritual began. Water was poured to seal the gift, and Shukra, desperate, tried to stop it. He shrank himself and hid within the spout, blocking the flow. But Vamana, still gentle, lifted a blade of grass and pierced the obstruction. Shukra cried out, pain and realization mixing, because a king's generosity had just collided with the cosmic plan. The water streamed, the promise locked. Bali could no longer retreat. Then the boy looked up, and the air changed. Spectacle. Vamana expanded, not growing like a tree, growing like reality itself making room. He became Trivikrama, vast, luminous, the horizon bending around him. His skin held the glow of sunlit space. His breath sounded like the chanting of galaxies. The court, which had felt so mighty, became a handful of dust beneath his ankle. First step. His foot came down and pinned earth, not cruelly, but completely.
Every mountain, every ocean, every city and forest fitting under a single soul, as if the planet had always been meant to be measured by God. Second step. His other leg lifted, higher than thought, beyond the clouds, beyond the moon, beyond the stars. And then, impossible, his foot covered the cosmos. Galaxies caught under one step like sparks under sandalwood. The directions collapsed into his stride. Heaven itself had no corner left to offer. Bali's face drained of color, not from fear of death, from the sudden clarity that all his victories were happening inside someone else's breath. Where will the third step go? The question wasn't a riddle anymore. It was a blade at the throat of the ego. Reveal. Bali lowered his head, not as a defeated tyrant, because he wasn't one, as a human being finally meeting the limit of mine. My lord, he said, voice stripped clean, you have taken earth and sky. There is nowhere left. Place your third step on my head. In that moment, generosity became something deeper than charity. It became surrender. Chivikrama's foot descended, softly, decisively. And Bali, who became something rarer, a king who offered his pride itself. The universe didn't mock him. It honored him. Because Vishnu doesn't come only to punish. He comes to correct, like a father straightening a child's spine so he can stand tall without arrogance. Closing line. Bali learned what all of us must learn. When God asks for just 3 steps, He's really asking where you keep the last piece of yourself.